Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. I wanted to shoot a quick video to talk about the hard truth about happiness. Happiness for a lot of people is difficult. And I'm going to share with you some hard truths about happiness. And if you get value from this, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video with someone that you know that needs to hear this. Think about this. Many people wake up every morning wishing that they could sleep in, right? Then they begin each workday with the intention to stop working as soon as possible. And then their minds grow numb to the monotony of a comfortable yet draining routine. And somewhere along the line, each day fades into the next. We get our house, or sometimes a really big one. We get our cars, sometimes a really fancy one. We start a family under pressure, and we never stop to question it all until we feel empty inside, often a decade or two later. As our smiles continue to betray the sadness that we refuse to speak of, and perhaps don't even fully know that we carry it. This is how many of us live our lives, in a state of denial. We deny the truth about how unhappy we are. We deny the truth about how distracted we are. We deny the truth about how little time and effort we put into the things that matter the most. And so it goes. But the good news is that we can change. All of us can. Right now, there are things that we have to start admitting. One of the things that we have to start admitting is that we often choose to focus on the wrong things, the things that do not make us happy. Here's a universal law about happiness and success. What you pay attention to grows. So focus on what truly matters. Let go of what does not and feel the genuine positive energy, positive power that flows from your decision to rise above all the petty distractions and all the drama. Another thing that we must do is realize that most of us don't need more to be happier. We need less. When things aren't adding up in your life, start subtracting. Life gets a lot simpler and more enjoyable when you get clear of the clutter, emotional and physical clutter, that makes it unreasonably complicated. Another thing that we have to start admitting to ourselves is that most of what we worry about today has absolutely nothing to do with today. We have to learn how to be in the moment. We have to learn how to appreciate today. If you worry about what might be or what might have been, you ignore and totally miss what is. Worry is the greatest opposition to the present moment. It does nothing but steal your joy and keep you incredibly busy doing absolutely nothing worthwhile at all. Another thing that we need to understand, another thing that we need to accept and realize is that old wounds have nothing to do with the present potential for happiness. Do your best to let go. And remember, letting go isn't about having the ability to forget the past. It's about having the wisdom and strength to embrace the present. You have a choice to be positive and free or be imprisoned by your own negativity, to live in the past or to be mindful about the present. The choice is yours. Also, realize that it isn't what happens, but how we respond that makes us or break us. Being happy and positive, ladies and gentlemen, does not mean ignoring the negative. Trust me, I know. Being happy and positive means overcoming the negative. There's a big difference in between the two. Truly, the biggest and most complex obstacle you will ever have is to overcome is your mind. If you can overcome that, you can overcome anything. Leave you with two, give you two more and then I'm done. Realize that the draw of short-term comfort often robs us of long-term happiness. Don't just make the safe and easy choices because you're afraid of what might happen. If you do, nothing good will ever happen. You can be comfortable or courageous, but rarely both at once. Remember this. Remember to stretch yourself in the right direction, one step at a time. Don't let fear and complacency decide your fate. Quit talking about what you want to do and just begin to do it. Laziness may appear attractive, but meaningful work leads to happiness. And finally, you must realize we must accept that there are friends and family members in our lives who bring us down. Okay, say amen, say ouch. Although happiness is an internal job, it comes from within. It's never in your best interest to share lots of time with people who constantly bring you down, even if it's a friend or family member, because you're the kind of person who believes there's something out there for you beyond whatever it is you're expected to do. If you want to be extraordinary, you can't get there by shackling yourself to those who hold you back. Instead, you will very likely become just as ordinary as they expect you to be. So I wanted to share that with you and realize that at the very least, I hope that this video reminds you to pause and ask yourself, am I making meaningful use of this scarce and precious day? That's a simple question that I challenge you to ask yourself when you are feeling unhappy and when you feel like unhappiness is all over you. And unhappiness is very often a sign that we're too busy doing the wrong things. And make no mistake about it, this kind of busyness is widespread modern day sickness, as I like to call it. So I wanted to share that with you, give you something to think about today. If you got value from it, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video. Remember, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the Moving Motivator, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.